Well, I was fascinated by the length of time that has passed, so that it wouldn't necessarily be an addendum to number 2, or I felt very much that I had worked a very complete character arc in the first 2 films, from a nobody to a warrior woman. So I didn't feel that I had that much more to say or show, and I didn't want to just keep doing them without the ability to add something to the character arc. And 27 years later, it seemed that there would be a whole world and a whole history that's happened to her since then. And I was ready to just explore that. It was hard to figure out where Sarah Connor is now. I mean, we all put our significant minds to the task of who is she now? Is she a complete lunatic alcoholic? I suggested that she be fat, because then I wouldn't have to work so hard, but that didn't work. I was like, what if Sarah Connor were fat? Wouldn't that really shock people? They were like, no. But just, you know, anything to kind of up the ante, because I don't want to play the same thing. I want to play a character that has gone somewhere else. And indeed, you know, we have that here. Suddenly, there's a young girl and a protector from the future, much like Kyle Reese was my protector. And to try to parse that out and figure out who's on whose side, whose version of the future. And basically, Sarah Connor is a woman now that does not deal with people very well. Any people at all, ever. So she's out of her element again, dealing with a human story. You know, not something that she wants to do at all, deal with a human story. Technology has gone farther, so he has a stronger skill set, sort of almost anything that you can imagine. He can throw at you, come at you, you know what I mean, fling at you. So obviously the technology just keeps getting better and better, which makes the Terminators harder to kill. I'm very happy to share the spotlight. Certainly, you know, without a doubt will be compared to myself 27 years ago, and I could use a little backup. Make me look a little, you know, they make me look better every day. They are astounding women. Mackenzie is going to get the attention for how she's transformed her body, and I've watched that transformation, and it's wonderful to see what she's done and the strength that she's discovered. Natalia is our hope for the future for this franchise, and she's got it like 150%. She's the most fluid actress I have ever worked with, and I mean ever worked with. She's just got the most amazing instincts, and they're both just fiercely intelligent, compassionate, talented, generous, wonderful, beautiful women. They're my dream team. I don't think in terms of like how iconic this is, how it's an iconic re-partnering. I just don't think like that. Other people do, you know, when they see us. But I was just happy to see him. I actually didn't know how happy I was going to be to see him until he showed up on set, and I'm so happy to be with Arnold again. I kind of want to hug him all the time. I don't know what that's about, but I just, I'm glad to be with Arnold. And the shared sense of history and the things that being back together with him bring to mind, you know, the long history that we've had that goes beyond just the films that we've done, but just the moments that we've shared. And I celebrate those and embrace the opportunity to continue it. On a scale brought into the future 27 years later, which means it's 10 times as much action. Or the action is 10 times bigger. You know, maybe not much longer in terms of percentage of film time, but it's just so huge. It's like we're falling out of a what into a what, and then what? I mean, I was white, apparently, when I finished reading that script. And I turned to my best friend and said, I have to get my affairs in order. I won't be coming back. I mean, it's like, what? I mean, I've never done anything even close to this huge. T2 might have been this in its day, but all these years later, it's like, holy crap, it's huge. The women power is mighty in this film. And 3 very different women, you know, not cut from the same cloth. I mean, just utterly different women that, I mean, God bless Tim Miller for putting these 3 actresses together, because we are just so utterly different from each other. The things that you don't anticipate are the ones that get you. You know it's going to be hard, but even just holding weapons for days on end, but they're front heavy, and even if you're not doing a lot with them, just literally tendonitis in the elbow from days and days of carrying things that aren't balanced, and this hurts and that hurts and my bursitis, I mean, all the itises that just won't have a chance to heal, because every day you're yanking, pulling, fighting, holding on. I mean, it's just the physicality of it is huge. And I swear it's harder than it was when I was, 32 or 30. How old was I when I did the last one? 32 or 33. And I really don't think it's a function of age. I think it's a function of what they're asking us to do, and that there's never a break from just like, okay, hit the floor and smash your face, and then get up and then grab her and pull her up all day, or, you know, or it's just funny, it's just nonstop. And it's just hard to recover.
Hey, it's Lisa. Did you know that the largest number of fatalities ever in a production of a film occurred during the shooting of the 1931 film Viking? 27 people died, including the director and cinematographer, when a ship they were shooting from exploded in the ice off the coast of Newfoundland. Do you like my shirt? You can get one for yourself in the link in the description.